welcome to My Point of View. I am your fat and opinionated host, and after losing over $20 billion, after having your stock downgraded, after resorting to not only trying to give away free beer, but having to buy beer back from random businesses around the country, after experiencing all of this backlash, you would think that the folks at Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch, you would think that they had learned their lesson. Well, that is not the case, ladies and gentlemen. You see, on the outside, they are trying to make moves to fool you, to trick you back into buying beer. They're releasing these patriotic ads. They had the Harley Davidson can of beer. Soon they're going to have the camouflage beer that's supposed to pay tribute to fallen soldiers. They're going to have the 4th of July beer cans. You know, they're out here doing all of this stuff, trying to get your business back, trying to make you think that they simply just accidentally made a mistake, but that is not the case. Matter of fact, that is far from the case. And you want to know what I just found out? It turns out that Bud Light, yes, the Bud Light, they are sponsoring a kid-friendly, all-ages drag event in Arizona. So while they tell you that, oh, we didn't know what we were doing, this is a big mistake, this ad agency, it's their fault. We didn't approve of this. We didn't approve of this guy in a dress dancing around with our beer in a hot tub. We had nothing to do with that. Behind the scenes, they are sponsoring all ages welcome drag shows. Now, when I see this, it makes me not only want to double down, it makes me want to triple down, quadruple down. It makes me very passionate about doing whatever I can to keep this ball rolling, to keep this boycott going. Because you see what they're doing? They're blatantly lying to your faces. They think that you all are stupid. They think that I'm stupid. They think we're all stupid. As if we would not figure things like this out. And remember when all of this started, the CEO came out, they released a statement basically saying that they never meant to get involved in the culture war. They never meant to get involved in a topic that was so controversial and so divisive. But now we know that they're even lying about that, which I already knew that, but some people tried to take them at their word, that maybe Bud Light didn't know what they were getting themselves into. But you see, folks, they do. Which is why they're sponsoring pride events. Which is why they're sponsoring all-age drag shows. This shows you that not only do they know exactly what they're doing, they're pushing this stuff. They're funding this stuff. They're making sure that all-age drag shows are a thing, backed by Bud Light money, basically backed by the money that you spend on their beer. You see, these companies, they're taking your money. It's like a scheme. All right, we're going to offer you a product, and the money we make off of you, we're going to use against you and your kids. So unknowingly, Americans are funding all of this wild stuff. These kid-friendly drag shows, you're funding them. When you fund these woke companies that turn around and spend their profits to sponsor things like this. But this is so disgusting to me. Because they had the audacity to come out here and try to address the American people, trying to pretend like they did not understand how complicated and how complex the situation is as far as all of this stuff that goes on with kids right now. I can't even go into detail and name the stuff I'm talking about because YouTube will censor me. But they claim like they're so naive and so ignorant to the conversation that has been dominating America for the past few years, when in reality, they're one of the driving forces behind it. Not only do they know what they were getting themselves into, they understand what they are getting themselves into better than any of us. These aren't one-off mistakes that these companies are making. These are calculated maneuvers, people. These are calculated maneuvers. These aren't mistakes that an ad agency made because we accidentally hired a woke ad agency. No. These are decisions that are being made by these companies. We all know why. We all know why. And when they pretend like, oh, we didn't even know, like that's just so insulting, if you ask me. They are insulting our intelligence. So they sit here and they tell you that they had no idea what they were getting themselves into. And then on the other hand, they are sponsoring all-age drag shows. It seems to me like y'all know exactly what y'all are doing. And it seems to me like this whole Bud Light situation is way worse than we thought. We thought that Bud Light simply made this ad that was kind of directed towards kids when they hired this man in a dress that makes videos for kids on TikTok. That's what got us upset. Think about it. This boycott started all because of that ad. We had no knowledge that behind the scenes, Bud Light was funding and sponsoring all of this nonsense, but now we do. Now we know. And if you ask me, this is cause, this is a reason. This should show everyone why it's important to keep doing what we're doing. Why it's so important to keep not buying Bud Light. And you got to cut out all of the other Anheuser-Busch products. Because what they're doing, they're trying to cushion the impact from this Bud Light fiasco with the sales of all of their other beers because they own 1,000 other beer brands. But at the end of the day, I am glad that this whole boycott started because it is shining a spotlight. A lot of us knew this type of stuff was going on, but it is shining a spotlight on a lot of this wicked stuff going on behind the scenes. And everyday regular people are starting to catch on to how severe the situation is that we're dealing with. And yeah, this boycott started all because of that Dylan Mulvaney ad, but now we have exposed that Bud Light has been behind the scenes probably for years funding a lot of these wild drag shows and events that have been going on, that have been causing so much of an uproar. So let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.